Hello everyone, welcome back to another class of Mastering Core Java, and today in our lesson number 12 we are going to learn about queue and comparator. Okay, we will see what are priority queue, what is array queue, and also we will see what is comparator interface using which we can set the order in which our elements will get sorted. Okay, but before that I want to do a quick recap of tree set as I missed some points in our previous lesson. Okay, so in previous lesson I told you that in tree set the elements are in a sorted manner. I also showed you what is comparable interface. Okay, but now you need to know that tree set is extended from the tree set implements the navigable set. Okay, that means we will be able to extract a subset, extract a element that is closest to the argument that we provide. Let's see how that works with a practical example. Okay, so here I have a tree set S, and in the tree set I have added some element in a jumbled manner. Okay, you know they will be in sorted order. All right, you already know that. So let's say I print S, it will come in sorted order, and then what I will do, let's say I say S dot subset. Okay, here I was using the set interface. Let's change it and then check. Okay, let's change it to tree set, then we will see we get the subset or not. Yeah, so you see we are getting some subset. Let's say I want to print from C to E. Okay, all right, let's run this and check. So when I run this is the order that it is sorted: A B C D E. Okay, and then I said that I want a subset from C to E. Okay, C will be the first element that you sent will be inclusive, and the second element will be exclusive. That means from C to E, whatever element is there, it will return you. So these are the method that is supported by the navigable set. Okay, and as tree set implements navigable set, we are able to use the methods. That means this method allows you a way so that you get elements closest to the argument that you sent. That is the work of navigable set. Okay, now let's move on to our next topic, that is comparator. In our previous lesson we saw what is comparable, right? Now we will see what is comparator. Let's create one class, myconf. Okay, let's click on finish, and here what I will do, I will implement the comparator interface, and inside I will say it will compare some string. Okay, it will be implements. Let's import this. Now what will happen, comparator has two method, one is compare and another is equals. Okay, equals method is used whenever you need to compare the whether two elements are equal or not, and otherwise compare is used for less than, greater than, and equal, all of this. Okay, so there is no issue. So what we will do, we will only implement the compare. Okay, equals is not required to implement. The main method that you need to implement is compare. Okay, so here we are taking two string o1 and o2, right? What we will do, we will say string str1 equals to o1. All right, string str2 equals to o2. Okay, then what we will do, we will say return str2 dot compare to, and then we will send the string 1. Okay, what will happen, it will, what it's internally doing is, we were supposed to compare o1 and o2, right? That means we will see in a ascending order. Okay, but instead I changed the order by writing string 2 dot compare to string 1. Okay, so it will return, if the string 2 is greater, then it will return 1. Okay, so let's see how it will work. Okay, so our tree set can also take the comparator class. Okay, here this is a default constructor, right? But instead we can send our comparator class. Let's see how this will react. My conf. Okay, let's run this. Okay, there is one error. Let's see. The error was because now that the set is in descending order, so if I write C to E, this will be wrong, right? Because the subset will try to search C to E and it won't get the E because E is now previous to C. Okay, if I write C to A, it should work, right? Let's run this. Yeah, now it's working. So basically what our comparator interface is doing, our comparator class which implements the interface is doing, it is overwriting how our elements will be sorted. Okay, so that is the work of the comparator. Comparable, what it was doing, it was defining inside the element how those elements will be sorted, but comparator, what it will do, it will define other elements. Okay, it will be put in the constructor and it will define what other elements will be sorted. For example, here I am putting the comparator in the constructor and it is defining how the string will be sorted. All right, so that is the way, that is the difference between how a comparable and a comparator is implemented. Okay, that's it. So next we will see what is priority queue. So priority queue is nothing but a normal queue, but inside that, depending on the priority, we will do the FIFO operation. That means first in, first out. All right. So I hope you are familiar with the queue data structure. That means, let's say you are in a line. All right, you are in a line for some receipt or anything, right? So whoever stands at the front, he will be getting the receipt and he will be out of the queue, right? So that is the thing, first in, whoever enters first in the queue, he will be popped out first. Okay, so that is the way how a queue works. Now the priority queue is, it will sort the element in a manner of the priority. Okay, we will understand that using our example. All right, so here in our same example, let's say I have a queue, priority queue, like priority queue. Okay, let me just copy it and then I'll name it PQ equals to new, and let me just import it. All right, it's imported now, and let me copy this, and yeah. So now what I will do, I will copy the elements quickly. Okay, so here this is our element. I will say PQ, this also PQ, PQ, PQ and PQ. Okay, so we have our priority queue PQ, and let me just move this up. Okay, here I will print PQ and let me just comment it out. All right, our priority queue is set. You see, when I run this, there will be a difference. Okay, so you see, when I run this, I am getting A, B, C, D in a sorted manner. Okay, I entered the elements in a random manner in priority queue, but I am getting the element in a sorted manner. So by default, the priority queue gives priority to the smallest element. Smallest element means in a ascending manner it will decide. Okay, here obviously A is smaller than B, right? If you check the ASCII code like that, in that manner it is smaller. So in B, by default the priority queue will sort them in a ascending manner, and that is why it is showing us A, B, C, D, E. Okay, all right, so that is the work of our priority queue. Okay, but you need to understand that priority queue does not promise that the iteration will be in a sorted manner. Okay, what I mean by that is, when I run this, right now I am getting it in sorted manner, but the priority queue does not promise that it will be in a sorted manner. All right, so like the example of hash set, where it was coming in sorted manner, but it was not promised by Java that the iteration will be in sorted manner. Likewise, priority queue does not promise that the iteration will be in sorted manner, but the priority, what I said, that priority by default is in ascending order, that is decided by your pick and poll. Okay, so what I mean by pick and poll is that, let's say I write pq.pick. Okay, then let me just copy it quickly. I will say pq.poll, and then it will be pick again. Okay, let me just run this. You see, pick means it will just give you the value that is at the top. Okay, it will give you the value at the top. If I write pick again, it should give a only. Okay, let's run this. Yeah, you can see it is giving me a two times. So that is the work of pick. It will return you the value that enters first according to the priority. Okay, the first element according to the priority it will return. Poll means it will return you the value according to the priority. That means this one a, and also it will remove the element from the queue. Okay, that is first in first out. So that is the work of the poll method. And then when you run pick for the next time, of course it will return you a value b. Okay, because now a has been removed from the queue. So that is the work of a priority queue. Iteration is not promised. Okay, in any order it is not promised, but the pick and poll, that is the actual methods of the queue, that is promised in a ascending order. Right now, as we defined our, what do you say, as we defined our comparator, let's try to use that. Okay, now I will say my conf. All right, if I only pass the comparator, will it work? Okay, let's try it. Yeah, so when we pass our comparator, what it is doing, it has now sorted the elements in a descending manner. Now you see, when we call the pick, we are getting e and then poll. Okay, so that is how we can actually sort them, even the priority queue, using our comparator. So now you may be thinking, what is the reason we will use tree set and why we should use priority queue? Let's say you want to enter values that are duplicate. Okay, at that time priority queue will help you. Okay, here if I run this now, you will see we are picking the e value only. Okay, now it is in a descending order and I have put double e. Okay, that means duplicate e's, and when I do pick and poll, we are getting e, and once the first poll is done, the second element is also e, right? So that is the order that you will get the first in first out. All right, but as I said before, that the sorting, the sorry, that the iteration is not promised. Here you see clearly, you can see we are seeing a c b, then e d. Okay, so at our first example we were seeing it in ascending order, right? So now that we have put our comparator, it should have come in descending order, correct, the iteration. But you see clearly the iteration is in a jumbled way. Okay, so that is why I said priority queue cannot be trusted in case of iteration, because Java does not promise any order of iteration. What it promises is first in first out according to our queue data structure. Okay, so fine, that is how our priority queue will work. Next we will see what is array dequeue. So array dequeue is nothing but a class that implements the dequeue interface. Okay, so that means it works like a queue. Okay, it works like a queue, as well as it also supports last in first out. That means like a stack, it supports the last in first out. How, that we will see in our example. So here let me just comment this part out. Okay, let me just comment this out, and now what we will do, all right, fine, then what we will do, we will declare one array dequeue. Okay, array dequeue like this, a d equals 2, and we will put the same thing here. We will say it will take string, and there will be new array dequeue. All right, and let's close it. Okay, now let's import this. What it will do, okay, it will import our array dequeue. Then let's add the values. Okay, similar to this we will add them. Okay, yeah, so we want to make our array dequeue work like a stack. What we will do, we will use push instead of our add. All right, let's push them. All right, let me just write it down quickly. Okay, so I have written the code quickly, and now if I print this, all right, let's see what output we get. So we are getting them e d c b a. All right, Okay, no problem. What we will do, we will say while ad.pick not equals to null. That means while the element is still present, that means pick is still possible, we what we will do, we will print it out. Okay, we will say ad dot pop. All right, ad dot pop. Now let's quickly print this, and you see they are all getting printed in the order they are inserted. Okay, in the in the opposite order they are inserted. As I said, it will work. Okay, it will work like a stack. Okay, push and pull, these are your stack methods. All right, that means you are pushing element one on the top of another, one on the top of another, like that, a b c d e, and when you pull it, that means when you remove the element, that will be last in, the last element to be in will be the first to be out. Okay, so likewise we are seeing a d c b a. So I hope you understood what is queue, okay, and how Java uses priority queue and array dequeue. All right, so I hope that the concept of tree set and how you can use comparator to compare the elements and also the queue is clear to you. And if you have any doubt, then feel free to comment down below and we will surely try to clear all your doubts. Okay, don't forget to like and share this video with whoever is interested in learning about Java, and also do subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed yet, and hit the notification bell so that you get notified about our next lesson. Thank you.